Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. My name is Jim Cagnina. I am Senior Market Strategist, and I am joined by our Senior Economist, the fabulous Tracy Shuchart, a.k.a. Shy Girl. Shy, how are you?
I am doing well. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing great. I am eagerly anticipating what kind of exciting news we got during lunch.
What exciting news we got during lunch. Well, if you're an ag trader, we had the Xyzeee report to come out. We saw a sell-off in corn as crops were expected to be higher than anticipated, and a bounce in soybeans as yields were expected to be lower than expected. Still early in the season, so we'll see how those numbers pan out. Then we had EJ Antony, who is pegged to be the next BLS head. There was a pre-recorded interview with him on Fox Business where he suggested that we just suspend the monthly job reports instead of actually reporting them. And then a little bit while later, we had Levitt held a press conference, and she said that we are not going to get rid of those reports. She also confirmed that Trump is considering a lawsuit against Powell that he tweeted out this morning or posted out this morning. And she also said, notably, that we could extend the cut of China sales to other companies. So we'll see how that pans out for what U.S. companies. I suppose she was talking about tech companies. We will see. And then we also had Trump call to replace the Goldman economist over his tariff stance. So we'll see what happens with that. And those are the headlines why we were away.
So I have a question. It's a serious question. It might not sound like a serious question to the casual observer, but it is. So this whole BSL thing, right? We have the report that's sus, possibly. But doesn't the BLS like issue a lot of reports, like CPI today and PPI in a couple days? And does that mean all of those reports should be suspended or weird or no?
Well, I think he's just talking about particularly the jobs report because, you know, the inflation report this morning came out okay. So Trump's not angry with the CPI report. That said, you know, what is concerning, and I posted this earlier, is that we are seeing sort of an uptick in the inputs in this particular in the CPI report. So that's kind of it's imputed data that they're putting in the CPI report, and it's tripled. Now, this is kind of problematic because the imputed data means values are essentially estimated rather than directly observed, and imputation relies on assumptions that may not hold true in changing market conditions, and so kind of we're getting murkier and murkier numbers in the CPI that are more estimated than they are taken from real inputs, and so that is a concern on that report, but I guess as long as it turns out how they want, it's fine.
Yeah, no, I read that post. It was an awesome post. Follow Shy for sure on X for that kind of information well ahead of time. So thank you for that. And Shy, though, we have some markets that are actually moving right now. Let's start with the copper market. What's going on with copper?
Yeah, so the copper markets, I think we're getting a lot of optimism from the 90-day China-U.S. trade pause because it improves that global trade prospects and sentiment. It leads to a little more stabilization, so to speak, of trade. We know where we sit. It's 30-10 instead of 145, 125 as far as tariffs are concerned. And although the 50% on tariffs on copper imports that were already previously mentioned, we already talked about that, we still are getting copper from people that were trying to beat that August 1st deadline. So if in other words, if your shipment was already on water By August 1st, then those tariffs are not included. So we're still kind of getting shipments in from those from that August 1st deadline. And the concern I have is the large domestic stockpiles of refined copper that we are kind of accumulating. We'll see what happens. That said, we do have supply disruptions in Chile, and that is still an ongoing issue. Plus, they have kind of declining ore, meaning they're not getting the grade of copper they want out of the ground anymore. That happens. And if we're looking just out in the future as a long-term trade, we still are in a copper supply deficit out to forever. So that is your news on copper, but mostly I do think it's today's price increase is by that 90-day truce.
Roger that. I got it. All right. So let's just start with the daily chart here. This is kind of a hard chart to look at because we had that huge price dislocation all the way back below the May lows. That's that rectangle right there. But we did kind of find a base here over the last several trading sessions, and support right now in my mind is closer to $4.3780. And now we have kind of a somewhat of a bump up, maybe a breakout, but really I want to see a breakout of the May and this particular candle here that we saw on the 31st before I'm super excited about being a mega bull. I'm bullish right now. You could see that the 8 EMA is starting maybe to flatten out a little bit. And remember what Stowe said this morning about bands, slopes of bands. A lot of that is true also with slopes of moving averages. So we'll see if that flattens out and turns around. Stochastics are still pretty low, though, by the way. But the intraday chart's really where the fun is. This is where the rubber meets the road. We pretty much lost VWAP here in the rearview mirror, approximately 8 o'clock, 8 to 8:10 candle. I have a 10-minute chart up here right now. And we kept it up, right? We kept it up. We had a little bit of maybe pause during the initial balance in the U.S. between 4.4985 and 4.5150, but we took that out, created a new point of control near the top of the trading range today. It looks like we could be sticky there. We'll see what happens between now and the end of the day. 4.5203 is that level right now. So that's what the copper charts look like. Let's shoot over to Nat Gas because Nat Gas is also not doing so good.
Nat gas is looking sad. Well, here are the problems with nat gas is we have near record gas production in the U.S. with the output in the lower 48, averaging around 108 billion cubic feet per day. That has beaten July's record. The problem here is that with our shale wells, they're getting gassier and gassier over time, so we are producing more nat gas than we are actually oil. We also have our storage levels right now are about 6% above the seasonal norms due to robust supply. We've had mild weather forecasts, I guess, unless you live in Florida, where it's just hot. And although we do have rising LNG exports and feed gas exports to plants that are increasing, because U.S. is now the largest LNG exporter, the problem is supply is still outpacing demand. And so we are where we are trading right now.
Well, there we are. I was going to say, it sounds like we're cooking with gas, but maybe not. We hit your 2.841 line that you called out a while ago here. That goes back to a long way back. I won't expand the charts, but huge sell-off, benchmark candle, pretty big. Moving averages just kind of sloping down even more aggressively than they were before. Stochastics are pretty sad. We have the next Shy Girl target at 2.665 on the downside, and then the third one at 2.500. So we'll keep these on these charts to see if we keep moving in that direction. Intraday, it's this is the waterfall formation, folks, just kind of going downhill, and then we really started accelerating down around 740 to 750 candle, created separation between price and session VWAP, and no real retracement back up. Even though you think maybe you'll see one right now, I don't know. We have a 2.812 target right there, and we are tight on time, but we're going to try to get ETH in really quickly here. What's going on, ETH? It is ripping again.
ETH is ripping again. So we have had, again, we talk about all these ETFs that are coming, these institutional demand. In fact, we have exchange traded funds notch their why can't I talk? Their biggest single day inflow yesterday of $1 billion, that's billion with a B, dollars, as corporate boards are hoarding ETF and expanding. And so overall, we've had over 8.6 billion just this year since the Ether ETFs have started. And so this is just strong buying. Right, it comes down to it. We have record inflows and strong buying, and so that is lifting price.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of folks on X and social media right now saying, well, if Bitcoin is the gold level, then Ether is the silver level. Although I don't think silver got that memo. I don't think Ether got that level. I think it wants to be the gold standard here. It is just ripping higher, very, very strong right now at 45.13. Another benchmark candle to the upside. No sign of this gap being filled. Stochastics crossed over and stayed highly elevated. So this market is definitely in bull mode. I'm personally not interested in hitting the sell button, at least not now. So that is it, Shai, for hot commodities. You are the best.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and I'll see everybody in the chat.
All right. Let's get ready to trade the close right now. And we have a couple of phenoms with us today. We have Xyzeee and we have Nick for a tick. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hey, Jim.
Glad you are here, man. It's been a great day. We've had this today is kind of unique. No one's doing double duty today, right? Because this morning we had Leo, we had Chris, we had Merritt, and now we got you two guys. So it's five. I mean, what other show are you going to get this? Five.
Wait, Leo was on in the morning?
Wasn't it Leo this morning? Or wait,
No, it was Merritt.
Merritt, I'm sorry. Did I say Leo?
Same, right?
No. Merritt, Chris, and Stowe. Merritt, Chris, Stowe, XYZ, Nick. I still get 5. So I'm right.
Well, we hardly know which one of us is. We always double check beforehand. We're like, hey, it's us, right? It's not me, right?
Yeah. And thank God for the NinjaTrader team behind the scenes who bears with us as we sometimes swap schedules on a couple hours notice.
Oh my God. So I got a comment, Nick. I love the background, man. Brand new.
Brand new. We're still work in progress. Seems I still need to adjust a couple things, but first real stream outside of the construction zone that was the Sunday Open show. So hopefully we'll continue to make progress after Wednesdays, or I guess that's tomorrow already. Gosh, tomorrow's trade the close, and then I can focus on actually optimizing this setup. I've got wires hanging everywhere under my desk, so I'm actually really OCD and like to clean that up too.
Well, you're looking great. That's for sure. Anybody in a trade yet?
Nope. Jim, there's one thing I hate doing. It's trying to find a trade near the all-time high or at the all-time high. So
you know what I hate more than
here
that,
this afternoon.
You know what I hate more than that? Getting short at the all-time high.
I mean, I'm proud of myself because the amount of times I thought about it today is I've been just sitting here continuing to work on the office and staying out of trades. I'm very proud for not pushing a button. Granted,
Dude, Nil already knows.
Long, I guess I'd be having a great day.
Nil in the chat already knows what's about to happen. You can put on a position and the market's going to close and you're not even going to be stopped out or in profit.
Well, I'm gonna say what I tell everybody, that right at this moment in time, I'm looking at the S&P at 64.61 and 3/4, or 64.62 even right now, and this market is either going to go up or go down or go sideways.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, the other thing you got to think, Stowe is just like looking for places to get long right now, right?
No, he's actually initiating new longs right now.
Oh my goodness. Well, in any event, yeah,
you guys got the left.
What was that?
What if we went to the left? See, Leo just said it.
Yeah, from a volume point of view, we're at about 982,000 contracts in the E-mini S&P, and that pace is 92.5% of what it normally is from a 8-day look back. So I was surprised that we weren't over that 100% at this point. So
So probably just been longing every LVN. I mean,
yeah,
if he is, he's filthy rich.
I mean, you could have just probably gotten long at that little LVN at 907.
yeah, yeah, and we're about 6 handles above the 14-period ATR. So yeah, we did some work there for sure. So, any event. All right, you guys, I'm going to hop over with Shai into the chat. I wish you guys the best of luck today, all-time high day.
Thank you,
Hmm.
sir.
Hey, Shy. What's up, chat? Hope you
Hey,
guys are doing
everybody.
well.
Aren't all-time highs fun? Okay. Let me get my screen going too.
Yeah, check this out, chat. So, being the lazy sack that I am, as you know, I missed this whole thing in the morning. By the time I got to desk, we were like, we were like right here, right? So I was like, oh, I mean, I would have loved to long in this range, in this build here, but we already got this pullback and we're already taking off. And I'm like, well, I'm stuck. I can't do nothing. So did nothing. Got to the high and I was like, well, I'm not going to long this. I'm going to wait for a pullback. It never happened. They actually trapped the shorts. Went even higher. I'm just sitting on hands. I'm like, I can't interact. Maybe I'm done. Came back to around the overnight low. This is a pretty decent pullback here. Absorbed a lot. Then I got long, peeled off, and I got even longer right here. I literally just long the highs and then went for the 50% extension around 900. So you could, on days like this, we joke about it a lot, but you can certainly buy high and sell it higher. In theory, if you buy every test of the low volume areas on this structure here, you just make money every time. It's not until they give up something first that you can even think that the market might go down. So they'd have to be trading at least these like low 900s here, leave this volume, and then this might end up being the dead body, right? But it's not something I'd want to do unless we really lose the volume. The market has not lost volume on any occasion on the way up. So anyone who's thinking that it might be the case is getting blown out. Let them prove it to you first.
You're seeing little like nodes being built and then another leg move higher, leaving some lovely structure behind, but then you're finding more consolidation and another move higher. So it's like there's
Hmm.
no real sign to just jump in and short this just yet.
This was the trick here. I bet a lot of people got fooled into thinking this was lower highs into the move. All they did was leave this node to test this one and fail it. It
Yep.
came right back in.
They got me on a stop out and then I called it a day because I gave back a third of my gains I caught the initial flush, kind of when we were, I guess, right before we set the IB high, or I guess it wasn't even that
Mm.
long, but it was kind of that short in ES off like the failure at 38. So there was like a 1200 lot that was coming in and there was a lot of absorption up there. So took a shot short earlier in the session. And then, yeah, caught most of that move down. And then unfortunately, let me see. We're on the split screen. And then gave it back, kind of got fooled by this little guy. Came up to the overnight high, failed up there, and had a nice move down and just held it way too long. Got in a little late, like I think at like 40, and then I just was holding it and then eventually got my stop ran. So decided that was a good sign to get out as we were probably going to go break above the all-time high because that was when NQ was like also looking like it was going to pierce above 800. So I ran to Home Depot instead of trying to continue to fade this.
Yeah, even when you're on the right side, like long side in these chop up trend days, it's always going to be a grind up. It's never a good time. Even if you're making money, you're just like, should I peel off? I'm just sitting in full size and I'm just like, should I peel off some? I should. I'm like, no, don't do that because it's just going to keep grinding and you're just sitting there like with anxiety just the whole time. It's
Mhm.
even when you're on the right side, it's not a good time.
That last trade, like that shook me out of just saying, okay, we're done for the day. There was something about it the entire time, even when it was in profit, that just didn't sit well with me. Where I guess in normal situations, I would probably just scratch that at break even if it came back. But I was like, their sellers are just not impressing me with this, and then immediately moved up and got me. So
Yep. They're
hate
just
those
grinding
trades.
up. When you think it might go down, right? They're trying to sell it. All they do is get absorbed, pop up, and start making a new node on the upside. So the idea, guys, is don't fade the upside until nodes get lost towards downside. Because if they can't even leave it behind, market's going to have its answer, go back up, probably build a new node because that means there's way more buy interest still. If they're not going to be able to buy lower prices, they're going to buy the higher prices.
What what did you think coming into the desk this morning and seeing basically probably by the time you got there, almost
Dude,
600 points worth of rotations in NQ
yeah.
in 90 minutes?
So I got to desk and I'm looking at this big move down that got almost just as fast retraced. And so something I pointed out to some people was when that occurs and then you come back into the range and you start to really chop around, it's likely going to hold that range. That's going to be the hold and it's going to go. And so I'm like, okay, they did that. Um, I would have liked to get in longs here and on this retest after poking outside of that chop. But by the time I'm like settled into the charts, we're right here. We're trading even higher. So I'm locked out of trades. I can't do anything. I got long very high. I got long right here overnight high, Nick,
I
on
mean,
the retest.
that
It
was,
was way high up there. But that was like
I
in
don't blame you.
in my eyes, I was like, I
That
think we're
same
done.
move, that's probably what fooled a lot of people too.
Yeah, I was like, either it holds here and we continue, or we're going right back in the range. But this
Yeah,
is where the decision is going to be made for me. Um,
it
And
was.
at
And
the
then,
time, you can see like, so what I look at is also how grindy and choppy it is. If it's going to be a strong continuation up, it's a grindy tape, really dull tape. And at the time, if anyone's using level two, the book was really thick. Both ES and NQ had a really thick book. Um, so those things all put together likely create the environment of trend up days where it's just grindy. It's not even fun to hold, even when it's going your direction. The ATR was like 5 at the time, which is like, yeah, shallow pullbacks would indicate the strength of a trend day up, right? Um, and there's a key difference between a real trend day and a market that's just going one way, right? A trend day is when there's price discovery on the high time frame. Say we were bidding this area and it's just going up for a day, it's not really a trend day, right? This would be a trend day. It's a breakout in a high time frame. So all those things put together, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna get long and we're gonna get even more long right here. I got in these as well. I wanted to get the 900s. It was a 50% IB extension. So I was like, if it's gonna grind up all day, they're probably gonna test the 50%. So the last of my activity. So it started overnight high retest. This was also the 9 EMA, guys. Squiggly line, very, very proprietary. And then ended at the 900s. I peeled it off. I front ran it like by 2 ticks. So 8.99. That was literally all I did today and all I'm probably gonna do because I don't like shorting highs like this, let alone all-time highs, especially when volume is consistently building higher. The interest is still higher. How can that be? It's because there's still buy interest. So yeah, long-winded way of a breakdown for you guys pretty much how I read the market since getting to desk, how I pretty much put everything into context for myself.
Yeah, there's not much to do until ES either takes out this all-time high and potentially falls back inside of like the 6440s before I'd be getting too excited for shorts. And I'm just terrible at advancing price action, like wanting to be on the bid, like up here. I'd rather wait.
Yeah, guys, if you're bored, feel free to interact with Alfonso in the chat. He's dropping gems.
It's our boy.
It's my guy, man. I don't even know if he's human.
I need to find a good place for the chat window.
Yeah, long story short, guys, this right here is a low volume area. The bare minimum that the sellers would have to do is to clear that and start trading into this node right here. What could also happen is they're going to build this whole thing into one big node and either hold this and never go down ever again, or they're going to actually lose this, come back, test it, fail it, and then the liquidation happens. If neither of those things occur, there's not going to be a trade. Not for me, at least. They will have an end of day sell-off, usually RAM, so I wouldn't even call it a sell-off. It's just probably like profit taking or something. But yeah, when the day ramps like this and eventually you stop getting continuation upside, you know, at the end of the day, people are going to close out positions and the market is net long, right? You can see it just by looking at anything. Inventory is net long. If you close it out, it's going to go down, but I wouldn't say it's like a sell-off or anything.
Now, if we came back and settled today around the old all-time high and kind of that 850 spot, I mean, that wouldn't be too shocking. But much more than that, I mean, you would have to probably have some real momentum from sellers.
You know what else, Nick? It's a little secret right here. We've got single prints. So how does it go? Like two single prints in a direction would likely mean that you close in that direction. So upside would mean you close around the highs. Downside, you close around the lows. We've got three. You can call it two, you can call it three, whatever, but that's another tally towards not wanting to short. Pradith, so that's a good question. I actually got a lot of stuff, DMs on Twitter about that particular zone. Why didn't we just see trap buyers and reversal? I will break this down very clear for you guys. This is the zone everyone was talking about since that one session, that one morning session where I broke down how I draw my stuff. This is going to be a key difference here. So this was, again, the trapped buying that led to supply flooding the market. You go down. But what has happened since? We went down into this old range, right? And let's just mark this range for a visual. Where are the tapers, right? Sorry, can you guys see this? Here we go. Where are the tapers?
Terry
Tapers
boxes
are here. Tapers are here. We come back. We fall back into this range. There's a build. Again, they taper this low. If the market has decided then and there, they are not willing to offer here, what do? Well, they go right through the range again, right? Okay, cool. So they go through the range. Now they're building above the range, and now they're tapering into the range. Now the market has said, yeah, we're not willing to sell in this range. There's no one willing to sell in this range. So what does the market do? They go up. And so now this is a little range. Let me remove this. This was the little range. We've got overlapping value, right? Right here. And what happens then? They build up here, and we get a move through this, back into this range and through this range. Now, a lot has changed since this move down. The market has shown us through volume, no interest in selling down here. No interest in selling right here. Build here. Now this is important volume for me, which is why it's marked green. Come down, what happens? They taper through it. No one's interested in selling here. Well, we got to go up. You go up and you get really aggressive buying. Why does this zone exist? Because when they came back to it, still, there's no interest in offer. There's thin volume with a strong candle because this moved through with no offer. And if the market comes back and it's telling you again, there's no offer here. Look, they've already tested it once right here. Again, this is the zone, the trap buying. They've tested that inventory again once, digested it, taper. They came again. So each time they are filling passive sell. And every single time they've gone back since, no one's willing to push price after the fact. These guys, anyone who's taking any new sell positions or trying to get price to push, they're not being rewarded at all. And so how many times does the market have to tell us, hey, no one's willing to sell through this. So if you're going to sell here, you're not getting this move through. Eventually they come up, and what happens today? We get this volume build. How can this happen? Aggressive buying, lifting the offer through the passive selling, right? And so that's the only way volume can build. And now it's building. Eventually they clear the selling. It's flushed out. It's filled, right? Stops, gone, pop through, and then they continue. So what happens afterwards is very important. They actually leave a single print through. So we go down to intraday. Check this out. This is that zone. They come up. Upon coming back with a pullback, what do? So this whole time we've had passive sell, passive sell, passive sell, and a buying, a bid that's not willing to step up closer to that area until today. Check this out. Big move down, right back up. And what happens? Now the bid is willing to step up. This is a liquidity zone. This can only print with heavy absorption. The bid stepped up. Price broke out. What happened at this high? Again, the bid stepped up at the high, right? That has not occurred prior. It's occurring today. What happens? It's not enough sell. Again, they step up. The bid is stepping up all day. So this zone, it's been tapped into so many times. So much of the passive selling has been filled. And once they break it, now they need to find that next passive seller, right? The market's got one job, is to find business. If there's not enough selling, it's going to keep going up until it finds enough. What we're seeing through this volume build is there's too much buy interest. They find passive selling, they fill it. Market still wants to buy. They have to buy higher. And they do so till the next passive seller. Fill it, fill it. They're filling it all day. So if you're betting sell side at any point of the day, you're betting on the losing team. You should never bet on the sell side until they get something out of it. They haven't really gotten anything out of it yet, right? They haven't cleared passive buying by any means. They're still passive buying the market. The only thing that would indicate to me that it's possible is if they leave a node behind, because every new node is new buy inventory. It has to be, right? It's lifting offer. And if those late buyers get stuck and they get traded under, they're going to leave, right? And if the next batch gets traded under as well, everything just shifted. This is not an imbalance of buy interest versus selling anymore, right? Now there's in that range. Now we know there's more sell interest in buying, and only then can it shift. So that is a key difference between these interactions with this zone and today's interaction. There's a heavy build here. There's bid that's stepping up. They don't care. They want these prices, right? So long-winded explanation, but I hope it clears it up for you guys from an auction market theory perspective. Today's activity in that zone is much different.
Well, then. That was a hell of an explanation, sir.
Yeah. So if there's any questions, feel free. I can try to elaborate, but I think that's as concise as I can make it. Very key difference. What up, Kane?
Kane, we do.
We actually don't, which is why we're not in one. Yeah.
Kane, I'm more excited to watch you trade structure tomorrow morning that was likely built from the overnight above the all-time high that we've never traded at during RTH. So I'm looking forward to that as well, sir.
What's a VWAP? VWAP is very white and pale, like Stowe. Yeah, I mean, I hope that clears it up. I see in the chat that I think it was clear.
I love how during that entire explanation, NQ didn't move more than 7 points.
That's the best we can do for you guys today. We're not trying to short this thing. Not unless they actually lose forward progress on buy side, which I can't imagine.
There's a lot of absorption here at 61s on ES.
So what, Kane, you're feeling sick and you decide you're just gonna go play golf?
Kane, Shab's in the chat. The Rusty's moving, is it? I haven't even seen what the old, oh, well, it looks exactly like ES. Same structure today. Except it's up 2 and almost 3% though. Wow.
JP Legend. No, I actually didn't even set up this chart. It's just out of the box, OFL. I don't even know how to set up a chart, JP Legend. I can hardly turn one on.
Anyone do anything fun today outside of trading?
What line did you say is patented?
All of them.
If you see any line at all, it's patented.
As soon as he selects that drawing tool, just assume it's copyrighted, patented,
If
and
I see you
proprietary,
copying the drawing, I'm sending
trademarked.
letters after you. No, it's I think Ronto, you might be talking about when I mentioned the 9 EMA. I use a 5-minute 9 EMA to gauge for where I want to get in for pullbacks on like trending markets, up or down. I won't like to initiate too far away from it. So just a squiggly line. Okay. Yeah, guys, for chat, we don't, as order flow traders, we generally use like auction market theory. So we don't really subscribe to like weird funny business like um manipulation and stuff. It's just the market's got one job, and it's to find trade. It's to match buyers and sellers, which is, balance. The market wants to find somewhere where it's balanced. There's enough to fill both sides. Everyone's happy, everyone's doing business, they're willing to trade, they're willing to buy, they're willing to sell. When one side exhausts the other, they have to continue and find the next. So when buy side exhausts the sell side, they have to continue up to find sell side. There's no like, evil cabal that sits at a round table and tries to stop people out for no reason but to laugh. Everyone just wants to trade. The buyers want to be able to buy, and they need sellers to sell to them, and vice versa. And the market moves up or down accordingly. That just is what it is.
Are you saying they don't manipulate price?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
You're going to make a lot of strange people on X very
That's
angry.
that's exactly what I'm saying, guys. They're definitely not outside my house right now.
I mean, they cut my fiber a couple weeks ago, so
Well, by the way, I'm glad they did. Brought me back on the charts and we made some money. So
I swear every day, every time my internet dies, it always seems to be like a good bi-directional trading day. Not just like yesterday that kind of turned into a slow trend day to the downside, or today that the morning was fun and then turned into a slow trend day to the upside. So it usually is like those wild kind of days for some reason. I'm like watching, like lurking behind a tree, like on my phone, trying to find some way to still execute a trade, even though I shouldn't.
okay, chat. $100 to whoever cuts Nick's power every day.
Yeah, when
Just cut the
you can
Wi-Fi.
expect at least a 20 handle in the VIX if my fiber has cut for the session. You're both unbiased traders. Both, sorry. So you are both biased by
By
biased
biased
traders. No,
traders.
I would say I am just, and this is just based on my stats. I'm like 60-40 to the short side. It's just for some reason the way I operate. I lean to trying to find shorts. So
I
it works. It's worked, but it works until it doesn't. But for the most part, I can find strategic shorts, I guess, that don't usually blow up in my face. I tend to be patient with them versus trying to short, like right now, like shorting the all-time high is an idiotic practice. So, but for some reason, yeah, I lean a little more to the short side based on my statistics.
yeah, I'm price agnostic. I'll go short or long, but in markets that are going up, the data will always show that majority of my profits are alongside. Vice versa, 2022, majority of my profits were on short side all the way to like October. My preferred days are short days, like trend days down, because it gets me off the charts quicker. I just need to find some access short. You get paid fast, you get paid well, and you can turn it off. And in those days, yeah, maybe I'll get 5% of the day's total range, but it's more than enough for me. And I don't want to stick around and just trade more, but everyone's having a good time. If they're on short side, it just keeps going down. So all I needed to do is find a way into the move. 2022 was like that for a large part. Just I it's like half a joke and half for real, but I would wake up, press sell, make money fast, and the day is done. And that was 2022. So I think last week we had 2 days that were kind of like that. Woke up, shorted with the trend. Um, and that's it. So those are my favorite. It gets done faster, but the market just goes up pretty much. So most of the days, especially these days, we're looking for longs. I'm looking for longs. I can't get short. Hey, Alfonso's not a bot. He just said fly Eagles. So he's a real person.
I don't know, man. Have you seen some of the AI stuff
Yeah,
these
I
days?
mean,
It's hard to tell.
he's a real person.
It probably is, but we'll never know. Someone put a recaptcha in the chat, then we'll know for sure.
Regarding delta profile, how do I interpret those red deltas aggressive sellers? Yeah, those are exactly what they are. It's market orders, right? So if it's red, it's orders against the bid. Blue's orders against the ask. Quite literally. So if you see the market's going up and there's red left behind, you know who's being rewarded and who's not. Vice versa. If it's going down, there's blue left behind. Yeah, so and so. Two bowls. Oh yeah. Dude, the Nick Foles Super Bowl championship was a very special moment because it was against the dude who's been destroying my team since I can remember. Even during like the McNabb, Westbrook, Thrasher era. Dude, I remember that Super Bowl. They got absolutely mopped up by the Patriots. Sad day, but
Yeah,
vengeance.
two usually unknown University of Arizona Wildcats, Gronk and Nick Foles.
I didn't even know that. I don't keep
Exactly.
up with college anything. So I love NFL, NBA. I can't wait till it comes back. But I know nothing about rookies coming in ever. Even,
Oh,
yeah, like it's like all I know is the hype and like maybe if I see some highlights, but I don't know anything about college. You can say Cooper Flag this, Cooper Flag that. I'm like, I don't know. He seems cool.
I do. I'm in a dynasty fantasy league, so I'm still always keeping track
You've got to do the due
of those
diligence.
guys.
Do you trade individual equities? No, I just trade futures actually.
Yeah, I don't trade equities. I just buy and hold.
One of the reasons too that I love futures is if I were trading equities, even options, I've got to be at desk before open. You have to be.
Mhm.
You need to be in with that volatility and that volume, or else you're not going to get much done. But in futures, because it's very, it's tick by tick, you can still make money at any hour of the day. But in equities, no, it's not the case. Even if you're doing options, like you need moves. You need it to move. You need gamma on your side. You can be on the right side, but if it's like, now you've got theta decay, if you're on 0 DTE or gamma's just not working with you, I mean, you're going to get cooked. On a TPO chart, we are now one time from down. Yeah, so we are slowly crawling down, but the thing that I'm noticing is we haven't lost the volume. So, like I said earlier, this is a low volume area now, but not too long from now, this might just fill in as one big node, right? And so until this whole batch of new selling is left behind and showing like that they're not going to be rewarded. So we're trading in the 880s at least. To me, it doesn't really matter. They're happily trading and building up at the highs, and that can only be possible if it means the buyers are still happily buying these ranges. And if that's going to be the case, I'm not betting against them, right? So yeah, for the first time today, you are seeing a sequence lower in buy absorption, right? You got a zone here and a zone lower. It is the first time. This is definitely how a move down starts, but it takes more to convince me to even put on the risk for it, for sure. I mean, especially we're working with 3 single prints on the way up here.
Oh, we came on and the tape just stopped.
Tape stops, so I guess we gotta talk football.
I mean, not that I was gonna take a trade anyway, but I was optimistic at least that maybe one would present itself.
The only one I'm willing is a short, and it's got to set up soon enough because we're running out of time.
Well,
But
I keep thinking they're gonna break 61s on ES, but there's just like
oh yeah, ES is another thing. They haven't even like that volume, that low volume area is just holding every time. This is
there's like 2,000 lots just
good.
sitting, getting
Th-
nowhere here at 61s.
This thing could just rip up even more, honestly.
Exactly. All of this selling down here and it's literally no progress.
And Q has to at least be trading 880s into 870s for me to even consider a short. And they're running out of time to do all that. So we'll see. Short it, bro. Dump it. I don't have that kind of leverage. You gotta ask Kane.
Yeah, my my 3 lots are not going to move this market, unfortunately.
Changing backgrounds now? No. Well, yeah. I got some stuff. Like I put up this random shelf with a bunch of stuff that has nothing to do with trading behind me. You guys can see it. There's a hat. There's a little John Wick there. Some Porsches.
I don't know what you're talking about, by the way. This has been my background the entire time. I just turned the TV on that was behind me. That's all you're seeing.
Dang, I should have went with that too. Missed opportunity. What's up, Steph? What's up, Smoke 'em? YNQ over ES. It just moves more. So a lot of times, like, you're trading the same idea, and if someone's trading NQ, they may have taken profits already, or maybe even twice, and ES hasn't really made the move yet. But the trade-off is ES is a lot cleaner with
Mhm.
its market structure. So
And just
yeah,
your entries on ES can be a little more strategic, and you don't have to necessarily you can kind of be a little not looser, but you can be strategic then with your stop placement. Where
Mhm.
NQ, I mean, if you could use a 10, 15 point stop and you're not wrong, but you could still get wicked out of the trade.
Yeah, they'll just stop you out to laugh at you real quick and then go.
They will.
Yeah, and if you get in again, they'll do it again, and then they'll go.
Yep.
Can happen.
It's happened to me how many times on this stream?
Cleaner PA, but like watching paint dry. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
think that's exactly why it's cleaner though, right? It's like watching paint dry. It doesn't move too much because the book is so thick, but it's also cleaner because the book is thick. You can't just like willy-nilly slap 20 and make it move like on NQ. It's a much thinner book, so price can wiggle around. I'm on 1 minute intra, 1 minute candles. Nick is on volume, I believe,
Hmm.
on ES.
Yeah. 1500 volume on ES.
What's the max contracts I've held? 24 trend day up. And it's happened many times. So the only time I'm in that kind of size, it has to be a trend day up. Because if it's a real trend day up, the pullbacks are super shallow and I can do it without being too squeamish about it. Um, yeah, that's as high as it gets. But
So
it,
we
it
are
can
like 4 points
has to be
away.
that day. Has to be strong trend up day. Otherwise, there's no way. I wouldn't really go past like 11 or 12.
Is this the move? Just run everybody that's been shorting this.
Yep. So yeah, there's another example here. It might not make a new high, it might, but even if you see a one time frame down, it's really important to see who's actually at risk. And this whole time, yeah, one time from now, but there's nothing that indicates that buying is at risk enough to liquidate the market just yet.
And for everybody wondering, Stowe is still long.
Stowe is still long and
He's
just
waiting for
got more
he's
long.
waiting for confetti in ES before he flattens his NQ trade.
Very
There's not a
nice.
price. There's not a price that Stowe is not willing to buy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Anything under all-time high, he's willing to snag them.
Because it can go higher.
But yeah, smoke them. It's not a normal thing. That kind of size. It's very, very. And if I'm in it, I'm already gonna peel off soon enough. I'm gonna stair step the entry upwards and upwards because that's like actually insane.
ES has been in a 3-point range the entire time we've been on, sir.
I think with oh yeah, with any equity market, sellers are always at risk, right? Except for like penny stocks. Sellers are like they'll get their 15 minutes of fame, and then it's over. Job, what's up, Job?
Job is right though. There will be no all-time high without at least 300 likes. And for the 645 of you watching, there's about 400 of you plus that have not pressed that thumbs up button. So please do us the favor.
We'll do a little bit of this. We'll do
What did
a
I do?
on air live switcheroo reversal. Bam. Here. I don't see no Eagles hat.
Is that a rally cap? Bass Pros.
I don't see no Eagles hat, man. Hit the likes, guys. Can you explain something, please? When a candle goes up against the blue blocks, is that usually bullish or bearish? Or the red block as well? Okay, so the blue right here is market buying, and the red is market selling. So it's always up to you to frame the context, right? So the question is it bullish if price is bumping up against this market buying? Well, one could say yes, it is because, well, they are market buying. They are crossing the spread because they want to buy it so much, right? Vice versa on the downside. You can say, hey, look, selling's really coming in. So the buildup means two things, right? These blocks mean, yes, they're hitting offer, but there's also a very thick offer, but it's passive. So it depends on your context, right? If you think the market's bullish for the day, I think it's bullish because if the market's going to keep moving up, it means anytime they're going to see passive sellers, they're going to fill them. And this is your proof. If the market's moving up and you're not seeing this, right, it's actually just not going to continue because you need market buying to continue the market. So a lot of people get kind of stuck in the idea of, oh my gosh, like they're getting absorbed like crazy. It's time to short it. Well, it's been happening all day and you just get absolutely blown out. Even look at this one, 600 positive delta, right? They're constantly going up. So now if your idea is up, you want to see buildup of red delta and then price leaving them behind. And as long as that occurs, if you want to short, that's your fault, right? No one to blame but yourself. And that's been happening all day too, even right here. They're not getting anywhere. So the winning team is these guys.
Yeah.
If you want to bet against them, that's your own damn fault.
And we said this at ES and we were just kind of sitting around here like a lot of selling and getting absolutely nowhere.
Waited till last. Yeah, Ronto, it happens a lot. So on strong days like this, they're gonna chop around here. They could do it for like 3, 4 hours. They could have started earlier, right? Chop around all day, and everyone's like, oh, there's the supply, we're gonna get short, and then it just goes up, it rips up even higher because everyone kept trying like to short this. Now there's all this new shorts in the market, and they're just gonna get stopped out. It's gonna rip because they can't pull price lower. If the market If you're a seller and you're short and you see the price can't really make its way lower, what are you gonna do? You're gonna get out of that short. And then the
No,
market
you're gonna
just
double down.
ripping. Or you double down. That's a double down algo right there.
My trade's not wrong. The market is. Add more.
Pradith, what's minimum value? Delta, I don't know. It's out of the box. If you get it, you'll have it. Yeah, you can switch colors. You can switch colors. For me, I mean, it makes sense this way because it's delta. If it's red, it's negative delta. There's a imbalance of sell side. I want to see it that way. I mean, Edwards L, I hope that answers your question. Alfonso says, keep it cool and ride the flow. That's actually quite literally how you make money in the market. If there's a flow, you follow it. If there's not, maybe don't do anything until there is one.
Brian, I know. I don't know what we are doing or which one of the market gods X, Y, and I have made angry to just vacuum any aspect of volatility out of the close.
I mean, Nil saw this coming before we even hopped
I
onto the
messaged
stream.
XY before we were going on, and I was like, "How bad is this power hour about to be?" I mean, that's
He
part of
actually
being a trader too.
literally,
Like sometimes you can just sense we had an outside move. We're up 1%. There's not a lot driving this higher. We're at all-time highs.
let me
You
give you
just
guys
got
literal
the sense.
transcripts. The literal transcript is this power hour is going to suck, isn't it? And I said suck would be an understatement. So, I
Oh
mean, I don't know
well.
how many people are in the stream right now, but we appreciate you guys sitting here with
Yeah.
us through the
Thank you all for
nothingness.
hanging out with us. It makes the range bound chop at all-time highs that much more bearable.
Also, if you haven't, hit the like, please.
Yeah, don't make XY go full influencer.
Yeah, Jim told us ahead of the stream he's bumped up the quota, which I think is unfair, but it's Jim's house. It's house rules. What can you do?
Um, Paolo, I actually don't really look at a TPO that often. I can kind of visualize it other ways. So I'm very much volume profile. If I had to pick one or the other.
High volume profile over TPO or TPO over volume profile? I mean, a TPO would have both, right? You'd have the volume profile and the time. But yeah, I like volume though.
Yeah, if you had to strip your charts and have one indicator with candles, would it just be the volume structure? Because that's what I would do.
Definitely. Definitely. Price action will tell you a lot of things, but sometimes it's not what you think it is. It could be a lie, right? Just because you see a wick, everyone attributes it to, oh, exhaustion or a lack of interest, but that wick might actually have stuck volume in there and it could change everything. Or a body that is actually thin volume and the volume's all in the wicks. Yeah, things can change. So I'd rather see it for exactly what it is.
Let's see if Stowe's going to get paid.
Yeah, Nil knows. You need volume profile to run the gaslight strategy and know when it's a gaslight or not. Real manipulation. Chris, you still long?
Yeah, I
Tell
remember
me you're still
Chris
long,
this morning
Chris.
had like a target in the 900s.
Monster trade.
Sandy,
Oh,
how many
man.
screens do you both use to trade? So I trade off 2 screens. Everything else is ancillary for other things I'm doing slash streaming, but I execute off basically 1.5 in theory.
Yeah, I'm about two screens. And then I
I
have
have
one for like
significantly
chat,
more on my
Discord.
desk for some reason, but I don't use them for trading. Like there's no charts on them.
All right, sushi on Chris then. Sure. Got it. Can't be stopped today. Chris is actually the reason the market's not going down, guys. So you can take it up with him if you got a problem with that. Right here in the chat.
Yeah, someday I'll just be able to hold like Chris.
I could never. I'm not even going to bother to try. I could never.
I don't know how I would do it. There's too many access points for me to watch and start trailing a stop up instead of just waiting for a take profit to be hit.
Yeah.
Like that's what I do. And which is in theory is protecting your profits, but also dumb in a situation like this. Because I probably would be like having it follow on these little high volume nodes that have built all day and just be like tucked under one each time. But eventually I would have gotten,
Yeah.
I probably would have gotten taken out.
Yeah,
Once
there's no
we pushed above like 850s, excuse me, I probably was taken out on that one with based on how I trail.
there's no part of me that could ever hold for a whole trend day like that.
No,
It's literally not possible. After a while, I'm just like, just get me off the damn charts.
I think my longest runner is like 150 points on NQ, maybe
Dude,
200.
you
I don't
know,
be
my
nothing more than
longest
that.
is on NQ is 2 something. And guess what my longest on ES is? It was actually my longest on ES was my first, like, it was my 3rd month of trading futures.
So it was 2022 and you were short.
No, it was 2021, maybe like June or July or something. Who knows? I had bought as soon as the market opened, it was like massive delta flooding in buy side. So I just marketed in and I held a runner and it got trailed out. It got trailed out at 69 points ES.
Nice.
And I don't think I've ever held an ES runner past like 20 points since. I only held it that long because I didn't know any better anyway. It's like, oh, no, market's going up. Let's just trail this thing.
I think I had, what did I do? Because I remember trying to think. Okay, so it was math. I'm doing math in my head. I had one runner to the short side pre-market on CPI day, October 2022.
That
And
was the generational low.
yes, it was.
You could you're going to tell your grandkids about it. Oh my goodness.
And got out at the right time before that whole reversal, and we never saw those prices ever again. um, and I was holding it into CPI. Was one of the this is still early in my futures trading journey, so I had no idea what I was doing, thinking I could do something that insane. So, but yeah, I want to say that was like 100 points.
Yeah, I can't really. It's just I don't even try anymore to bake it into a process where I can try to extract like a huge chunk of a big move. It's just it doesn't fit. It won't fit my personality. It's really hard for me to hold and just like eventually you're just looking at it and you're like, I could just swipe this money right now, put it in my pocket and get off this damn chart. And I always just choose that.
Hey, man, I think I had a very bad day in the day you're referring to because I was sitting there trying to buy the dip.
Oh man, I remember
I remember that day.
we were like it was everyone's like a family Thanksgiving. You're like, huh? And then you look at, I pulled up TradingView on my phone. I was like, huh, interesting.
Are we not going to make a new high on that?
They're gonna do it in the most painful way possible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
see
wait
chat.
for MOC.
Don't get baited into shorts if they're not even proving themselves at all. That's what you get.
I mean,
buy
unless
side all
I'm
day.
crazy, have you seen one decent opportunity to enter short since we've been on?
Nope.
Yeah.
Not even since
Same.
we've been on, since I've been awake, since my eyes have opened today.
That's fair.
I have not seen one. I mean, I bought the high. At one point, I bought high a day.
It's going higher.
Yeah, today, like days like today, if you buy high a day, it's only current high of day. There's gonna be that new high day soon. So
Yeah, there was that IB high short on ES. Once that got stuffed, that fooled me. Like that was your moment. Because you saw everything kind of flip and we were right there and they just got absolutely punched in the face.
hmm Yeah. It was like a huge, you ran back to the end of the room and then you Superman punched it through.
Mm-hmm. Like the
Flying
Kool-Aid
knee.
man through a wall. That's what fires the sellers right there.
Yeah, buying the high just means you're buying the high for now. It's going to be higher and higher. Yeah.
I really
But
want them to
always
make
mind volume, guys. It'll tell you a lot. It'll keep you out of trouble.
all we got to do is hit 64.70 so Stowe can cover his runner. Chris can probably think about exiting
No,
his
actually,
runner.
he's entering new longs right here on the break.
I mean, it wouldn't be the worst decision. It's probably going to 950s. Why not?
Well, how many likes we got, guys? Jim said he actually almost quite literally said to me that if I don't get at least 325 likes today, I will go to jail. I'm not making that up, guys. He said it in uncertain terms. Thanks, Fractal.
Oh,
How
we hit a new
exciting is
all-time
this?
high.
You guys are celebrating all-time highs with us on stream. Very exciting.
Every all-time high this summer is my initial reaction when I'm not in the trade, which has been like once this entire summer where I've caught an NQ all-time high push. The rest of my reaction watching it being flat um,
Thanks, I hate it.
is the Lieutenant Dan gif from Forrest Gump as the confetti on New Year's Eve just flows over him. Like that is my face watching it every time. I just cannot seem to be in a trade.
Yeah, Fractal. I ain't going back to jail. Bob, we haven't gotten there yet, but I wouldn't put it past him.
I really need to count the how many new all-time highs have we made this summer, and is it more than last summer?
You know, we should have kept some data. How many new all-time highs have we made on NT Live Trade the Close?
That is a good question.
What
SW,
a
yes, this
celebration.
is in fact my new streamer boy background. I was trying to keep pace with the OG streamer boy Leo the Tiger himself.
Work in progress, right? You adding
Mhm.
some stuff?
Adding some cool things. I just have to do it in between streams. I get like the 2 days, Thursday or sometimes Thursdays. Basically Friday and Saturday are my 2 days to do any sort of work on this desk because I have to make sure it is production ready for Sunday evenings.
Stowe's gonna have some new stuff. No, yeah, kind of.
You know what's funny? I asked the boys for feedback and I took a picture and my first thought was, does this look too spaceshipy? I literally used that word.
Well, now Nick's teaching them how to trade, so it works out. They
Mhm.
want to know how to trade futures.
ES missed the all-time high by like a point and a half. Talk about manipulation. trading live from Tron. Did anyone see that new trailer? That looked cool.
There's a new Tron movie.
Yeah, with Jared Leto.
Wow, random.
As long as the music's good.
Previous all-time high was overnight. Interesting. ES? Johnny, you talking about ES?
Oh, no, he's right. Going back to the end of July when we had that blow off in the after hours with Meta and Microsoft. It was you and I were on. It was FOMC day. It was the aftermath of that. And we had that wild push up.
There's a lot of offer coming in right now. Might be a high day. Not that I want to find out.
If they front ran, the sellers actually show up and front ran the all-time high by a point, I'm going to be very upset.
Oh, ES does not look done with that high, yeah. 97 by 194. Missing magic. Yeah, I think if I put one of my super proprietary lines at the high, I'll mark it will stop the market from going higher.
Trust me, I could long right here and the all-time high is in for the year. I could promise you that.
And we'll be at VWAP immediately.
I mean, we'll be there. Trump will come out and say something in the next 20 minutes. As soon as I press that button.
He's just gonna say, Nick is long, sell it now. Do it for the story.
For the story. No, but in hindsight, and I called it out, but there was your entry long, like at 62s. Like sellers could do absolutely nothing here. Like if you wanted to try to long it for the all-time high, that was probably your spot of buying highs and selling it higher.
Yeah, that low volume area, couldn't even do anything with it. There's some NQs seeing like a massive offer coming through.
Yeah, Ben, I kind of agree with you. I kind of want to see that blow off into 24,000s.
Yeah, so that's another thing to consider, guys. Like we said, I think it was two single prints in a direction. Will like this today is up, we'll likely close it at the highs. And then if it's down, close it around the lows. So not something you want to fade. I'm sure Leo's got some actual stat on that.
Yeah, the L, we didn't hit a new high in L period.
So you said ES was one tick from the high?
No, it was 3 ticks from touching it.
I mean, the high day print on the footprint is not good. So maybe they'll come back up. Maybe they'll do it in Globex when no one has a chance.
There's 7 minutes. Maybe MOC will do something stupid.
MOC has been doing a lot of nothing lately. It's actually insane. Yeah, look at that offer. They're just reloading offer like crazy on NQ. Where's the bid? They're looking for a new bid. Definitely a new kind of offer we've not seen all day. But I mean, it's kind of like a double barrel offer, right? It could be new offer, it could be all of the longs, which is like everybody in the market just selling out.
Chat, let us know. Is ES going to make a new all-time high in this session? Do they have the juice for it?
ES has got like 2,000 negative delta.
I know it's all building here.
It's crazy.
This would be fun if we actually did break it.
Well, when everyone ever is long, everyone ever is a seller at some point.
I mean, 70 points away, but that 860 to 840 spot would be interesting if there actually was an end of day liquidation. I don't think they're going to do it though.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see a liquidation, honestly.
I don't.
I think they'll come right back up.
It's bright.
Corn futures.
XY, you ever traded the old corn futures?
Actually, never. Should we start?
I mean, Jim is,
might as
Jim
well.
is kind of speaking to me right now.
We might as well start. Maybe next week.
A 1 year low.
Should just roll dice. Every time we come on, we'll just roll dice and see what we're gonna trade for the day.
If the ag products were actually open, like the actual true open during this time, I think that would be a really fun exercise for us for a week. Just to trade, like we have no idea what we're going to trade. Like Jim or Tracy just gives us a random product and we have to quickly
Like, here's
throw
a
up
chart. Now make
chart
money off of it.
and go.
Okay.
Like that would be fun for a random arena challenge too. Would be like we take out all the indices and you have to trade everything
no
else.
indices.
I mean, we would all jump to crude and gold. Let's be serious, but
Yeah, maybe we'll just trade using only the time and sales. Not even a DOM.
and
You only
sell
get the
button and
tape.
time and sales.
Jim, where we at? Are we getting close? Or are you sending me to jail?
You guys ain't
We are
going
at-
nowhere.
Sorry, Jim. 267
267. Oh man,
with
we've got
650 people watching. So 400 of you
I think I'm
have
going to
not
jail.
press the thumbs up button and want to see XY behind bars.
ES is bidding this now. A lot of buying.
Rejected off that same spot though.
Lifting like 62 3/4, lifting about 1,000 lots.
Yeah, there's literally like 2,000 negative delta sitting right here.
1,200. Wow. 62s is still really bid.
Dane, it helps when you're green on the day and you just have and you know yourself as a trader that you are the worst person at trading the all-time high. So you just don't do anything.
Yeah, with 2 minutes, I mean, we haven't done anything yet, and it's 2 minutes till MOC. Definitely not gonna be putting on that risk.
Me trying to feel like I have an edge entering at the all-time high is just a poor decision. Like I said, I gave back a third of my gains from the morning, so that's plenty where I'm like, good day still. We're gonna come back tomorrow.
Yeah, I've got pretty good gains. Even coming into the stream, like maybe I'll just do like 1 to 3 lots, keep it light. I don't want to ruin my P&L, and then turns out there's actually nothing to do. Can you guys save me from Jim?
We got 300 likes.
Jim said if you guys don't help me, not only am I going to go to jail, I have to do 4 a.m. Pacific time streams from jail live.
Yeah, XY has to actually come onto the stream after my show on Sunday nights and stream until
And stay there through.
Deli and the crew come back at 7 a.m. Eastern. So he's up from what would that be? 3 p.m. on the West Coast to 4 a.m.
Please help.
Let's see. MOC in 18 seconds. What time is it, Kane?
Attention traders, it's algo time.
We'll give you 5 likes if you long 5 for Tradertainment at MOC. Oh, you must be in the wrong YouTube stream. I'm sure chat could tell you which stream you can go into if you want to see something like that.
That absorber at 62s again, man.
Dude, it's crazy bid. Like, it's insane bid at 62s on ES.
Let's see. Okay, you're this close. You are 3 points away from a new all-time high. Just do it.
Yep.
These sellers
Alex.
gaslighting the all-time high right now. Can we get a push?
Edwards, it's just MOC, market on close. It's pretty much big players closing out positions for the day. So you see like that wackiness. 350 every day. NQ has another one, 355. That's the double down algo. If you're in drawdown, put on more size. I'm just kidding. Please don't do that. Should have long. Yeah, Sandy. I mean, I would never ever long that. Would never be a setup in my personal playbook, but yeah, it's not surprising that we held the area for another high ES. So, but yeah, risk reward wise, it just wouldn't give me clean access. I can't do that.
I mean, they
That's
should
why
have
it's
the
always easy to
control
call
there.
the market, but trading the market is way different.
Oh, new all-time highs, everybody. So Stowe, we did hit it if you do want to cover or if you're going to hold for maintenance and sell it even higher.
Still's gonna cover tomorrow. Do I
After
share my
the
playbooks?
London FOMO bid in the overnight that I wake up to.
Dangerous. I actually don't have a like published playbook or anything. But I honestly I don't have anything behind a paywall. I share every like part of my trading, my alpha, wherever. There's literally no part of my trading that I don't share here or somewhere else or in another stream.
I love how we got a golf clap for a new all-time high.
I know.
Instead of like free bird or something.
Imagine buying like, I don't know, 40,000 lots against the offer to make a new high and you get a golf clap.
Yep. There we go. That's better.
Well, it's too late now. Now it's time for offer. Now it's time for offer.
Well, let's see. We got 7 minutes to go. All right, I had the blue for us to make a new all-time high. Now I'm gonna manifest the bears.
Ooh, whoa, whoa. No, you can't bring it out this early.
Maybe there'll be a
You
nice.
can't debut that this early. You know what's funny? In the beginning of it, NT Live, my idea was I was gonna green screen, and if I hopped on stream and drawdown, it would just be me in like a burning house because I'm in drawdown.
They're still doing nothing. We're still just sitting up here at the high. Dane, I still don't know if I mean made it is a choice word to use, I guess. Like I would say this has been a successful career path thus far since leaving my 9 to 5, but I mean I still have red months, red weeks. It just really depends, but when I'm at my best, I mean I'm pretty consistent. I tend to walk away from the desk up green and not get back gains, come back the following session, try to do the same thing. But it's pretty common for me to have a few a week, when I'm cold. So I don't have a good number for you, but I was in a drawdown a few months ago that I was very transparent about. So it really just depends. It's all part of the process of going through this and trying to do it full time.
Mine would probably be like maybe like 4 a month, maybe.
Yeah, I would say one a week is pretty normal for me. And I've also had like 30-day green streaks where I didn't have a losing day because I've just made the decision that if I hit my first trade, I'm walking away. And then
I
you're
think the
taking
issue
good
for me is
setups.
like it averages out to one a week, but it's never, I could go like 2 weeks straight green, no problem.
Mhm.
But the issue with being used to constant green is the red days really hit. Like they
Yeah.
really hit. It's a double-edged sword. That's why if I have big green days, I'm probably gonna take the week off and spare myself that possibility. Um, yeah, as someone who's you're gonna see traders who are more consistently green. And you guys have to, they're not gonna admit it. But I think the truth is this. I'm gonna say we are consistently green and always, always, always green because we either have a daily loss limit that's extended past our average green day, which is what I have, um, or it's just completely blowout red days. Anyone telling you otherwise is just lying to you. So that's how it is for me. My daily loss limit is more than my average green day. Um, that keeps me in. It's not just because, okay, I want to still trade. It's more of like it eliminates a lot of the fear for me. If I matched it, I would execute with a lot more fear because it's kind of like a looming threat. So that's a mental thing for me. And then when I do hit it, it sucks. And I'm very glad that I have it by like 2 hours after market close. I'd be like, oh man, thank goodness. I actually haven't hit that in a long time now because it is quite wide. My trading has gotten better since I've implemented it as well, right? Um, and now I already feel if I'm drawdown like 5 or 6K, which is not my daily loss limit yet, it never recovers well. And after a while, you start to realize that, and you're just like, forget it, cut it off. You can easily get that back the next day at this point. But if you go further, it's going to be harder to get it back over a day. And then you're going to know that. And then mentally, you're just like coming into the next day and drawdown for some reason, right? Mental drawdown. So you start to develop your own parameters. Everyone's different, but you're going to come across traders who are like, oh, I'm green every day. And a lot of them are prop traders, right? Because, well, they're green or they're blown out. Of
Yep.
course, you're going to be green every day. So reality is every trade is a coin flip, guys. Best we can do is make sure that when the coin lands on the other side, you lose less than you make. Some days you're going to follow your rules. They're all going to be great trades, but you're red. Hey, it is what it is. Boohoo. On to the next. Your P&L, your equity curve will go up and to the right if you
Whoa.
just follow it.
Look at this guy coming in.
Oh,
Look at that hat.
did we hit it? Jim, did I make it?
Oh, I undoubtedly we did. The NinjaTrader community has come through yet again.
They
We
don't want
have
to see me in
we
jail.
have listen to this. 325 was the bar. 332 thumbs up so far. Good job, fellas.
I'm safe.
We get to see our family.
What a
Yeah.
what a comeback.
Call the constable off.
Yeah, can you tell these men in black suits to leave my door? They're staring at me menacingly.
So Dane Jarris had the best quote in the chat, and I will requote. I am always impressed by your ability to resist pushing the buttons. And that is such a big, big observation. I can't tell you because it is tempting just to hit the buttons, and you guys don't do that, and that's pro level stuff, guys.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yep.
Sometimes you do want to just hit the button,
It's tough, but I always feel good about it when the session's over and I've kind of walked away and I'm like, oh, thank goodness that I didn't actually decide to take a trade because there really wasn't a great short opportunity. You could have gotten long, but this is one of the many reasons why after so much screen time, it's just I'm not great at finding a trade late in a trend day. And I also hate trading the all-time high. So easy enough for me.
Yeah, but I mean, you just said those are rules. Those
Yep.
are rules you're sticking with, and that's important, man. And maybe later in your career you'll change your rules, but that's what it is now.
Yeah, if you guys are like newer to the stream, some days like you'll see me fire off like 5 or
Mm-hmm.
6. Some days I'm like today it's none. If you don't believe me, there are recordings of all of our streams. Some days you see me firing at the hip.
Fantastic, guys. Fantastic. Let's talk about tomorrow really quickly. We have special guest, uh, Carly Garner. Perfect timing for Carly. Known Carly forever. She's a fantastic. She started out as a commodity broker, commodity analyst. We had the WASD report come out yesterday, so she'll be able to speak to why corn prices are falling out, what the estimates are by the USDA, and all that stuff. That's going to be an excellent special guest with Shai and with Deli tomorrow morning. Remember, 8 o'clock start. Then we're going to have Pharm, and then Trading the Open with Trader Kane will be with us first, and then second. Hang on a second. Second in the morning, a little bit later though. Xyzeee is popping in to trade the. Oh, look at this! It says 10:45 a.m.
Oh, they're moving me up even earlier.
Dude, this might be you gotta focus on your alarm clock tomorrow
Okay.
morning.
I'm gonna wake up like every hour through the night paranoid, like, did I miss it? Did I miss the alarm?
But that's okay though. If you miss it, I have you coming back with Nick tomorrow afternoon.
Oh yeah, double duty for me tomorrow, guys. Come hang out.
Oh man. Anyway, yeah. All right. So tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun. It's Wednesday, day before PPI, a day after CPI. But there'll probably be some bombshells in the news as usual. So looking forward to tomorrow. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate everybody's participation. Chat, you are awesome. Viewers, you're awesome. Appreciate the thumbs up. Appreciate the subscriptions also. Thank you very much, everybody. We are going to be strong tomorrow morning, super early. Thanks for supporting XYZ and Nick for a tick. These guys are special. Having said all that, I do want to remind everybody, most important message of the day, please be safe out there. Be good to each other. Thank you.
See you, chat. See you in the morning.